Hello and welcome to Urnsford Grange Community Academy. This is a transition video that we're putting together to replace the transition evening that we would normally hold. Now obviously there isn't going to be everything covered through this video, but what you can do is have a look at our website, which does give you lots and lots of information about transition. My name is Mrs Burrows and I'm the very proud head teacher of this excellent school, and I welcome every single one of you to Urnsford Grange Community Academy. I just want to begin by talking a little bit about the culture of our school and a little bit about the journey that this school has been on. Now, the culture of our school is based around our core values, and we have 3 core values that are really, really important to every single one of us, whether you're a member of staff or whether you're a student. And we expect you to demonstrate these 3 core values at all times, both in school and outside of school. Now, the 3 core values of respect, determination and kindness were actually decided by the students 3 or 4 years ago, because they felt that they were the most important values that everyone should be demonstrating in school. And if everybody can demonstrate those 3 core values in everything that they can do, you will be really, really successful here at Urnsford. As well as the 3 core values, we have core characteristics. And these character traits, again, we feel are exceptionally important for you to be successful, not only at school, but when you leave school and go into the wider community. And a lot of the work that we do in school focuses around giving you opportunities to demonstrate leadership, to demonstrate resilience, and to develop your communication. And as you can see from the diagram, the culture aspect is what we believe is the foundation for success. The character is what will be really, really important in determining how successful you are when you leave, and that's where the currency comes in. So, what can you expect from us as a school? Well, it goes without saying that we will always have the highest expectations of every person that comes through our doors, be it the student or be it members of staff. We expect the very best from everyone. You'll notice on the bottom of the screen there's a tagline, excellence for all. And that's there because we truly, truly strive for excellence for all, for everybody that comes into our academy. High quality staff. Now, it goes without saying that we have a huge focus on staff development and making sure that every single one of our teachers, our support staff are of the highest quality. To me, I always think about my nieces. I don't actually have my own children, but I always think when I interview somebody, would I want this person teaching one of my nieces? And if the answer is no, then I won't appoint them, because actually I want the very best for your children as much as I would want the very best for my own children. Lessons that challenge all students. Now, we really, really focus here on developing challenge. I talked earlier about that core character trait of resilience, and the way we support young people to develop resilience is by challenging them in their lessons. And that's a real focus for us, for all our teachers in their lessons. The belief that all children can achieve. Now, children don't always believe in themselves. Adults don't always believe in themselves, but actually if you know that somebody else truly believes in you, then you will begin to believe in yourself and you will achieve success. And so here at Urnsford, it's so important that every single adult believes in every single child, no matter what. That relentless focus on learning. Our culture, our school culture, is one of learning, lifelong learning. And it's not just the children that we want to learn and develop that love of learning, it's actually the staff as well. So we have a huge, huge focus on developing learning for everybody at our academy. And last but by no means least is having a genuine, supporting and caring environment, particularly at a time like now, where we're going to have a lot of anxious young people that are coming back to school. We want to assure you that we have a genuinely high level of pastoral care and support here at Urnsford Grange. So please don't feel anxious about your child coming into our school. They will be very, very well supported. And how are they supported? Through our house system. So we have an exceptional house system. We have 5 houses, and within those houses we have tutor groups. Now those tutor groups are actually vertical tutor groups. So children aren't just all year 7s in one tutor group or all year 8s in one tutor group. What we do is we mix ages within our tutor group, so they go from year 7 through to year 11 all in the same tutor group. Now for some of you, that might seem quite a scary thought to think that you're going to go into tutor time with students from other year groups. But actually the students at this school really genuinely love going into tutor time, because actually they get to learn or get to know students in other year groups. It really develops the community feel. And I talked there about the care and the pastoral care, and within each house we have a house head, and we also have a member of the senior leadership team that supports that house. And as you can see from the screen shot there, we have 5 different houses. We have Elvis, who's led by Miss McHugh, supported by Mr. Groot. Daimler, that house is led by Miss Pinder and supported by Mrs. Spencer. Humber, who is led by Miss Bennett, supported by Mr. Brezant. Jaguar, led by Mr. Spencer, supported by Mr. Cottrell. And Triumph, led by Mrs. Toman and supported by Miss Newton. And you will soon learn what house you will be in, because when you know what house you're going to be in, you will have to buy a tie of the same colour that relates to your house. Now, I'm not going to talk to you about how to get your uniform, because that's all in the transition pack that you will receive soon. But rest assured, you will know very soon what house you're going to be in, and therefore what colour tie you need to buy. Okay. I talked a little bit about what you can expect from us, but there's also some expectations that we have of you as parents. As you can see, we feel it's really important that you always send your child to school ready to learn. Support our policies. You've chosen to send your child to our school. So we need you to always support us in everything that we ask your child to do. Supporting our core values and our aims as an academy. I've talked already about our 3 core values: respect, determination and kindness. And not only do we want your child to develop those core values and use them in school, we also want them to use those core values out of school. So if you have opportunities at home to remind them of the core values and praise them when they demonstrate those core values, then please make sure you do. The need for excellent punctuality and excellent attendance will always be an important factor in any school, but even more so when you look at our current situation where your child will have been out of learning for quite some time now. So attendance will be exceptionally important, and punctuality just the same. We want you to always attend parents' evenings. It's so important that you actually come into school, meet with your child's teachers, be able to have that dialogue where you can learn a lot more about the school and how your child is progressing here. So every time there's a parents' evening, we'll inform you about that, and we really do encourage you to come along, please. Enrichment experiences. Again, that is something that we do quite a lot of here at Urnsford, giving children the opportunity to do things outside of the curriculum. So things that they would be doing above and beyond normal lessons. So again, when those opportunities arise, please support your child with those enrichment activities. Now the school day, where the learning happens, is something that I think you'll be really keen to find out about. So the diagram just shows you how our school day is structured. As you can see, you have lesson 1 and lesson 2. They're just 1-hour lessons. But then at break time and tutor time, we have a split part of the day. Now that's because we have so many children in the school that we need to make sure not everybody is using the canteen at the same time. Because obviously we don't want long queues, we don't want your child to be having to wait before they can have their break. So depending on what house your child is in, their tutor time and their break time will be at a slightly different time. So you can see from the diagram there that Elvis and Daimler, they always have tutor time first at 5 to 11 to 11:15. And whilst they're on tutor time, Humber, Jaguar and Triumph have their break time. There is then a changeover where 2 houses then go off for their break and the other 3 houses then go to tutor time. Then we have lesson 3. As normal, everybody is in from 11:30 to 12:30, and then lesson 4 follows on for year 8, 9 and 11 at 12:30 to 1:30, and whilst they're in lesson 4, years 7, years 10 and post 16 go for their lunch. Again, it's to make sure that students have plenty of opportunity to sit down and to enjoy their lunchtime. Following the lunch and and lesson 4, all students go into lesson 5 for the final hour of the day, from 2 till 3 o'clock. So the day generally finishes at 3 o'clock. And I say generally finishes at 3 o'clock because there are always lots of opportunities for children to stay for homework club, for extracurricular activities that go on beyond 3 o'clock. And occasionally, although I'm sure not for any of our new year 7s, we do have to hold some detentions at 3 o'clock as well. Okay, I'm now going to hand over to Mr. de Groot, who is our deputy head who is in charge of teaching and learning. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Burrows. I'd like to talk to you briefly about our curriculum at Ernsford Grange. Our curriculum here is one that we feel can really achieve not only academic excellence, but can also churn out at the end of 5 years students that are knowledgeable, thoughtful, respectful, that can then go on to be really successful members of society. There are a number of things that we're proud of in our curriculum, things that underpin it, and they are the level of challenge in our curriculum, the fact that we develop literacy throughout our curriculum, and also the ability of our curriculum to close gaps where those gaps exist, so that all students make progress. Finally, the other thing that we're really proud of is that our authentic opportunities. We've got some really brilliant examples of where enrichment activities can really add value to learning, and we've got some wonderful, wonderful extracurricular opportunities throughout your time at Ernsford Grange. In terms of the learning and the practice within the classroom at Ernsford, we talk a lot about fried eggs. And fried eggs essentially means challenge. So this slide is about getting pupils that are coming up to us in September to think about how hard they're going to try. And we use the fried egg analogy. And what we say that when you're at the edge of the fried egg, at the crispy bit, you're in what we call the stretch and challenge zone. But too often, we see pupils that spend too much time in their comfort zone. So this is the sort of language that you'll experience at Ernsford, and teachers will have the expectation that you as a pupil at Ernsford will continue to push yourself to the stretch and challenge zone at the edge of the fried egg. And what we would like from you guys is to come up to Ernsford and be ready to meet that challenge. You will be asked a lot at Ernsford. A question that you will be asked by our staff at Ernsford continually is, how hard are you trying? We talk a lot about 5 for effort, and that is a scaling technique to make sure that you are putting in the required effort. Okay, and it's 5 effort at all times. This slide talks about what are essentially the non-negotiables in the classroom. These are the things that you must do in the classroom at all times. The first one is what I've just spoken about, and that's 5 for effort at all times, and that feeds into one of the core values of the school, which is determination. Accept challenges regularly, and in a classroom you will be pointed towards what we call our blue challenge boxes, and that's where work gets harder. And we would expect you to continue to look for challenge and be at the edge of the fried egg. We talk a lot about the ability to listen well and to listen respectfully. Again, one of the core values of the school, so we will develop your listening, but we expect your listening to be perfect in the classroom at all times, and that's not only to members of staff but also to other children when they're talking. Take pride in your work, make sure that the work that you produce is the very best that you can deliver, and also be hungry to develop your literacy. We know that literacy is a facilitating tool to academic excellence and actually success in life. So we will be providing lots of opportunities for you to develop literacy. What we ask you to do is to try your very best to engage with them. And they might be opportunities to develop your oral literacy, it might be your written work, it might be acquisition of vocabulary, but whatever opportunities you get, the expectation is that you will be trying really hard to develop your literacy. We say here that feedback is a gift, so where a member of staff tells you some points where your work might improve, whether that be verbally or whether that be some marking of your work, we then expect students to really value that and to go away and improve that piece of work. And we say that all feedback is a gift, and the expectation for you guys is that you take feedback and you improve the work. Homework and the ability to do really solid homework actually might be one of the few silver linings coming out of the current situation and of the pandemic, that actually we're expecting high quality home learning to be taking place at all times. Home learning has been something that we've been trying to improve over the last few years, and we're on a steep improvement journey and we're getting much better at it. But I need to tell you that the emphasis will be on you as a student to go away and engage with the resources that we give you, to go away and to make sure that you make your learning experience as rich as it can be and as deep as it can be. And that again again is an expectation of you guys. So I'm talking here to the pupils that are coming up in year 7. Make sure you're ready to learn at home and to learn effectively. What happens next? And on this slide, I've got some messages for both pupils and for parents. The first one is just a reminder for pupils. You have to move out of the yoke and get out to the edge of the fried egg, into the stretch and challenge zone where the work is more difficult. Don't be happy just doing your bog standard work. Do your work to the best of your ability and take on challenges regularly. This one is for both pupils and for parents, and this is making sure that we talk about learning regularly at home. So it's having conversations around the dinner table in the morning about what's been learned and where your learning is going next. And that dialogue between pupil and parent is really, really important to help sediment the learning and to make sure it goes in and it stays in. And finally, and this is the last and perhaps the most important message of all, and this is where it becomes really quite simple. We use the same language at Ernsford all the time, and the teachers will say to students the same things over and over again. And what we will ask students to do is to control only 2 variables. We say there are only 2 things that you can control. Control your effort, and that is how hard you try with your academic work and your school work. And the other one is to control respect, and to practice that at all times, whether that be in the school environment or at home. We're really looking forward to seeing you soon in September. Stay safe and we'll see you soon.
So as we come to the end of our transition video, you might be sitting there thinking, well, what's going to happen next? What's going to happen in September? So just to let you know, we will make sure we regularly update the transition section on our school website. So anything new that comes out, any more information about things such as school uniform, how we pay for our lunches, how you pay for school trips, what house your child will be in, that will all be coming out very, very soon. So we'll have updates on the website. There will be an opportunity for a phone-in session on Friday the 3rd of July. So you will receive a transition pack at some stage in the next few days. So hopefully by Wednesday the 1st of July, you will receive a transition pack, which will give some information about the phone-in session on Friday. Now that session is really just there for you if you're unsure about anything that we've talked about, either in the video or anything on the website. You will be able to phone into the school and speak to a member of the senior leadership team who should be able to help you with any questions you might have. The transition pack will contain further information and also some holiday activities that your child can do before coming into school in September. We will make sure that we regularly communicate any updates via email. So during the 6-week school summer holidays, if anything changes, if there are any further government announcements that are going to impact on the start of school, we will let you know via email, but we will also put that up on the school website. And finally, and most exciting of all, is the Ernsford Elite Experience Week, which will begin in September on that first day, Wednesday the 2nd of September, where we would like all our Year 6 students to come into school to be here by 8:45. As I say, there will be much more information that will come out to you with detailed plans for that first day. So please don't be anxious worrying about what will actually happen on the first day in school. I hope you all have a wonderful summer holiday, a well-deserved rest, and we can't wait to see you in September.